The Vicario Show.
Bedroom rockstar, picking up your sock star, plastic gangster, stacking shells and Asda, underachiever, daydream believer, ripped jeans, late teens, microwave your baked beans. You wanna change the world. You wanna change the world. You wanna change the world. You wanna change the world, but your mom won't let you.
Good evening and welcome to SLE Music Radio. It's April, believe it or not. Almost a quarter of this year is already gone. Almost. And what a year it has been. Well, I haven't really even noticed. Time is flying past me at a relative speed of 15 light years per whatever the, however you measure speed. But music is what I'm gonna play you on this show. This is me, and you are you. I've just recently finished doing some singing, so my voice is a bit more torn to shreds than usual. The first song of this show, the 39th Jeff Vicario show of its kind, is by an artist called Bad Belly, heartily recommended by none other than Craig from the 0 Point Projects. And the song is called Someone's, and it features another artist called Stress. And without wasting any more time, let's listen to the first song and then talk about it. Well, I will, and you can talk amongst yourselves on SLE Music Radio or wherever you are.
Of a burning cold shoeless. The loudest movers in the room ain't always the smartest. The gullies stay quiet in tandem to choke out the hardest. Even though they not built to topple, perception got most overextended, so no tomorrow. Fuck you, respectively. With all that's currently reshaping the globe collectively, you might catch a full clip that live long enough to see them reload. That proof is in the pudding, story to be told. You still reaching for that Cisco. The evil you do get uploaded and made viral. The authority you held is now liable. So bring that same energy when being held accountable. The produce my people pick, keep you hypocrites fit. Down to the mix, you hear it like you seen. Panoramic view, all angles we include. That work ethic keep your front yards lit too. And still no respect for the guard while I take a sip of Corona and build with the squad. I feel all they wanna do is bitch and complain. That COVID is karma, outthinking the brain. Put yourself on the plane and go get some sense. Innocent bait switch, out with the O and bring in that new. We circumvent that car scent, drama immune, in tune or woo. So it's safe to assume we're all doomed, doomed. And you the only one that you can trust. No more room for excuses without the sun.
That was Bad Belly, a song called Someone's featuring Stress. And it was topical as I'm sure you noticed. But I'm gonna address the music side of it because I thought it was really exciting and interesting, kind of retro while being kind of modern too at the same time. I loved the fact that it featured a rapper, a hip hop dude, but no melodic chorus. That's always a good thing in my book. Kind of an old school approach to hip hop. If that, well, I wouldn't designate that song as a classic hip hop tune in any sense of the word. Well, maybe in some sense of the word, but the main thing that kind of caught my ear was the ride cymbal. It was that whole rhythm side of it was a bit reminiscent of a Depeche Mode B-side from the late 90s called Surrender. It had a similar kind of drum feel to it. And then, very interesting instrumentation too, flutes, and it was a bit reminiscent of something Frank Zappa used to do back in the times of the Grand Wazoo when he was doing the big band thing. It has a similar kind of melodic sensibility to it, but it was modern and very cool. Some risks being taken there. Very impressive. I am impressed. Color me impressed. Call me impressed. Call me on the telephone. Or never mind. But looking forward to hearing more from Bad Belly. A total new artist I've never heard before. He got in touch all by his lonesome, but then, Craig did recommend it too, and a very good recommendation indeed. So, yeah, that was awesome. Thanks so much to Bad Belly for getting in touch and sending that song. That was killer. Go check him, this artist out. I'm always assuming it's a him. I don't even know, but probably is. Never mind. Cthulhu Dreamt. Moving on with the playthrough of the album Cthulhu Dreamt. 2 songs coming your way, an instrumental section and a song with some vocals. The songs are called Hymnos and Dimensional Fission. Kind of a sci-fi vibe to that title, but that's cool. Let's listen to it. And you're listening to Jeff Vicario on the Jeff Vicario Show, or Vicario. The Brits pronounce it slightly differently. Vicario. It's actually sounds fancier and more upper class. Never mind. Cthulhu Dreamt, Hymnos, and Dimensional Fission on SLE Music Radio on this fine Tuesday evening, or what do I know? I'm recording this in March.
Thee I invoke, angel, guardian against the Irulu, dread city of death, gate of no return. Do thou stand at my side, in the names of the most mighty hosts of Marduk and Enki, lords of the elder race, the Era. Do thou stand firm behind me, against Pazuzu and Humwawa, fiends of the southwest winds. Do thou stand firm, against the lords of the abominations. Do thou stand firm. Be thou the eyes behind me, the sword behind me, the spear behind me, the armor behind me. Be watchful, spirit of the southern ways, and remember, spirit of the south, remember. Thee I invoke, spirit of the Lord of Mermankin. Thee I invoke, angel of the Sasu. From the unknown God, protect me. From the unknown demon, protect me. From the unknown enemy, protect me. From the unknown sorcerer, protect me. From the waters of Cthulhu, protect me. From the wrath of Ashur-Banal, protect me. From the swords of King Yi, protect me. From the baneful look, the baneful word, the baneful name, the baneful number, the baneful shape, protect me. Be watchful, spirit of the lesser days, and remember, spirit of the last gate, remember.
everything you know. Eternal silence echoes through the air. Hollow being reads the soul of man. Like the shadow of the hybrid eye. The spark of science discovered in dreams. A living hybrid from the ancient text, coupled with the marvels of technology to bring forth the rain.
That's how songs end when they are meant to be listened to as part of the album as a whole, flowing from one song to the next. That was Cthulhu Dreamt with two songs, Hymnos and what was it? Dimensional Fission. Well, that was more sort of akin to classic death metal. Now that I think about it, all the Cthulhu stuff that always brings back fond memories of Morbid Angel and stuff like that. And that was really cool. I'm a bit partial to death metal. I kind of like it, and I kind of sometimes feel like, you like take a band like Deicide, you hear one song and that usually, it's always kind of cool, but then it's like, do I want to hear another one? And usually the answer is no. I kind of have the same problem with Morbid Angel, as much as I like everything they did from Altars of Madness up to Domination and parts of Formulas Fatal to the Flesh. It gets to be a bit too much when you listen to a full record. What am I talking about? I was supposed to talk about Cthulhu Dreamt. That was an interesting journey into a more sort of out-and-out brutal approach on the vocal side. Very well done. The production is just, again, perfect. Everything is clear as you can... the separation between instruments is perfect. And it was a really killer, slamming song. It's great to have a metal tune right off the bat on the show. That's always cool to me, being a bit of a metalhead myself, but one firmly with feet firmly stuck in the 90s, 80s, 70s, and beyond. Kind of everything that came after 2000. That was the watershed moment when I realized that I'm supposed to be reading classic rock magazine rather than Metal Hammer, which I'd been reading for some 10, 15 years up to that point. And then I realized I don't know any of these bands anymore, and I hate their music. And then it's like, okay, let's see what Mick Wall is up to, and he wasn't in the mag anymore. What the hell? Let's listen to some punk now. Some punk. This Side of Anarchy. Dennis sent me his new EP, a couple of tracks of it, and we're going to listen to two of them because it's punk and they're fast, furious, and to the point. The songs are called You're Being Watched and Question Everything. And they are coming now on SLE Music Radio.
They're watching you up and down, in and out, here and there. They tell you that they're helping you,
Question authority, question everything and then question it again. Question authority, question everything and then question it again. Question authority, question everything and then question it again. Question authority, what happened to their belief? Question authority, I learned that in 1960. Doesn't anyone ask why anymore? Mindlessly following along is what I abhor. Question everything, that's the best place to begin. Question everything, avoid propaganda and media spin. Question authority, question everything and then question it again. Question authority, question everything and then question it again. Question authority, question everything and then question it again. Question authority, spit brainwashed out of you. Question authority, they no longer teach it in school. Don't believe what you see on the news. Corporate propaganda serves up to you. Question everything and question yourself within. Question everything and then question it again. Question authority, question everything and then question it again. Question authority, question everything and then question it again. Question authority, question everything and then question it again.
Well, the first song wasn't the fastest ever, but the second had a pleasant drive to it. Super fast, or whatever. This was punk. That was this side of anarchy. A new 2 songs from a new EP, the name of which escapes me, but that was Dennis. Anyway, you can find it's been out now, probably for some time by the time you're listening to this, so you can find it. The songs were called You're Being Watched and Question Everything. And man, I like me some good punk. I've been trying to make some punk in 2021. Well, I have, kind of, sort of, but it always kind of ends up with the realization that I can't do that kind of vocal. But man, it's fun to play on the guitar. Like, you know, kick up the beat to like 200 and then make it double time on the drums and then just try to hang on playing super fast chord changes and stuff. I think the second song of those two was just killer, and everything I've heard from this side of am I even remembering the name right? I get confused. Yeah, this side of anarchy. Sorry, I was already thinking about the same song. Same next song has been great, but it's kind of cool to have that kick in the crotch from Dennis, because he does deliver. But I do believe now a somewhat of a change in pace is in order. We're going to be listening to a collaboration, a 3-way collab. Does that sound enticing to you? I hope it does. Between Artemis Arrow, my good buddy Joe from Limbocast fame, here featured as Limbo Joe, and an artist called Terry Blade, whom I have not heard before or played before, but I have had a quick peek on the Twitter side of things, and it turns out he's quite well, he has a profile. Let's put it that way. The song is called Peregrination, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wouldn't play it otherwise. And let's have a listen. You're on SLE Music Radio on April 13th. I wonder if that container ship is still stuck in the Suez Canal. It's the news of the day when I'm recording this. I hope not.
I am a begging man in rags and an old tin can on the corner where I stand. Dare not to touch my hand, this ground where I sleep, and I just need food to eat, condemn my soul to weep. I've sown and now I on Skid Row. Used to work but have nothing to show. Laid off when the work got slow. Now I'm living on the streets, 'cause the living got too steep. Never seen something so bleak. This misfortune that
Somebody told me the change was gonna come, but I never seen it, so I can't perceive it. We can true, we can be it, manifest a positive and not just surrender defeated. Trying to outrun the post we put them me from 2021. May as well be 1875. Everything's a cycle, so many lives. Resources spent, building boxes for individuals to die, and we put trust in the genders, so they interested in replication, camera to assassination, side in the grips. 2021 to forever losing my grip. Losing my grip, losing my grip, losing my grip.
I am a begging man in rags and an old tin can on the corner where I stand. Dare not to touch my hand, this ground where I sleep, and I just need food to eat, condemn my soul to weep. I've sown and now
That was a song called Peregrination, featuring the combined talents of Artemis Arrow, Joe from Limbocast fame, and Terry Blade. Interesting mix of different styles. That song managed to be both minimalistic and full of details at the same time. I really liked the little sort of whispered back and forth between two of the vocalists towards the end there, and the vocal hook provided by Mr. Terry Blade was pretty cool indeed. That was I know it's it can be a cop-out to say that a song sounds interesting, because what does that even mean? But to me, that kind of sums it up, because they kind of arrived from a really unfamiliar place to me in terms of the rhythm and the melodic sensibility of that song. It was Terry Blade has a pretty distinctive voice, and the way he handles melody is really kind of unexpected and cool and different. It has a certain, I don't know if it's like if the melody is kind of a more sort of, I don't know, from the East or Africa or somewhere. It had a different sensibility compared to the classic sort of, Western way of dealing with stuff when you come up with melodies. I'm so smart, am I not, with my analysis? Isn't it just great to have this this weird person in a closet talking about stuff that he dearly would like to understand and explain, but equally clearly doesn't. Anyway, a great song. Thanks for sending it to me. You're going to be hearing more from Artemis's Arrow on a forthcoming episode in April, most likely. Let's play a song called "Follow You" next. And who is this song by, you ask? It is by an artist called Ryan Summers. We're continuing our journey listening to Ryan's amazing album, Undue Influence. This is the third song, so this is the third time he's been featured on the show. And without going any deeper into the rabbit hole of not knowing what I'm talking about, I'm going to play you the song. You're listening to SLE Music Radio.
Try to walk that plank again. I've seen it all before. The sharks are in the water and the doves are at your door. Reason to look back now. The shadows have been script, you'll find the melodies of a long forgotten past. It's what you do to those who carry you. The light you make is gonna follow you. Another time you try again, hands grasping at the sword. All your attempts at harmony will only find discord. Tainted life is the one who tries to always figure out. Claim you know the meaning, leave no trace of doubt. It's what you do to those who carry you. The light you make is gonna follow you. No, you cannot see the way if you haven't walked the path. And nobody gets to where they are without a words, you will not be the first. Enlightened and chosen ones of the Christ and Buddha sorts. It's what you do to those who carry you. The light you make is gonna follow you. It's what you do to those who follow you. It isn't what you give.
That was Ryan Summers, a song called Follow You from his album Undue Influence, which, if I'm not entirely mistakenly remembering it, came out in October of last year. But never mind when it came out, it's still out. Go find it. It is an amazing record by all accounts. By my account, I haven't. But I mean, I would be amazed if somebody listened to that record and didn't think it was, regardless of what kind of music you're into, that it wasn't a very sort of cohesive and interesting piece of work. Because up to now, each song has had a distinct and unique feel to it, but it just perfectly fits the overall sort of the way it sounds, the way it flows from one song to the next. I mean, up to this point at least, it's made perfect sense. But every song is just different, and but it's still anchored, obviously, by the vocals, which are really, really great. And but above all, there's some serious songwriting going on there. There's incidental stuff, like you might like pay attention to whatever details are going on in the production side of it. But what I'm kind of drawn to is the fact that the song itself is just so good. I mean, this guy Ryan Summers is a really good songwriter, and it's just it's an awesome combination to discover somebody who's got those songs and then has this sort of talent and capability, technical, new, or whatever you want to call it, to make it also sound really good. But there's no doubt in my mind that he could do an acoustic, like singer-songwriter type of guitar, acoustic guitar and a single voice type of deal, because those songs would work in any format. Turn them into a reggae or whatever, black metal, that would be awful. But yeah, Ryan Summers, a great gifted artist. His album Undue Influence is being played on this show every 2 weeks as the show progresses, until we have heard every single song off of that record. But anyway, move on. Omega Gone. I think I called him out on the last show, asking, where the hell is that new album? Well, it's here. He sent it to me just a couple of days ago. That was a fun coincidence. I'm not even sure if I did talk about it on last week's, the previous show, but never mind. Cynthia, it is here. It finally is here. I'm going to play a song that the man himself, Omega Gone, recommended. It is a song called Beloved, and it's amazing. So yeah, let's get the first blast of synthwave on this, or synth music, whatever you want to call it, on this show. This is Omega Gone with Beloved from the new album Cynthia. Omega Gone, a song called Beloved from the new album, or as of this speaking, new album, or when you're hearing it, it's been out. And I am confused. But anyway, yeah, that was from Cynthia, a song called Beloved. Well, you know, what's not to like? Some kind of a, you know, a bit of a disco vibe in the rhythm there, and then some metal guitar riffs in the background. Very cool. And you know, it was Omega Gone. You know, I played a couple of songs from this record, or singles. Wasn't that Gothica is on this record, I think. So, you know, it's cool. It's great. It's brilliant. It's Omega Gone. You know, what's not to like about that, really? Because he is just the master of the synth, and you know, and everything. I'm really doing a bad job of promoting this, am I not? I'm sorry, but do go listen to Cynthia by Omega Gone. It's everywhere, I'm sure, as you know, most people on the scene, you know, release all over the place. You know, unlike some I could mention, myself mainly, you know. Well, I am on Spotify these days, you know, by proxy, because of the stuff that I've been releasing with John Warwick, and it's kind of nice, but it hasn't really changed my mind about that service, you know, because the thing you immediately start doing when you have a song on there, you're going, how many listeners do I have per month? Oh, it's up to 33, you know, and then you get easily totally sidetracked by looking at the numbers instead of worrying about, are the songs any good? Well, they are, actually. We have an album coming out in a couple of weeks or whenever. So, you know. So, anyway, I'm digressing here. But the point is, you know, I'm not a fan of that service. Anyway, The River by Bruce Springsteen. No, I'm kidding. This is a song called by a band called Carnivore. And it features none other than perennial JV's favorite, Claire Estelle. And yeah, the song is called The River. Let's have a listen to it right now.
I feel the power of the current, so what should I do? Should I cling to the bottom or go with the flow? Go with the flow. Go with the flow. current, so what should I do? Should I cling to the bottom or go with the flow? Cold and clear, the water cuts through your mind. Crystal and divine, now I know that you're mine. Now I know that you're mine. Yes, I know that you're mine. It's true, it's true, it's true, it's true,
That was Carnivore, featuring Claire Estelle, a song called The River. Another example of a fairly sort of minimalistic approach to the arrangement and production side of it, but it worked really well. It carried all the way through the song. Well, Claire is an excellent vocalist, so it doesn't really surprise me, and very versatile. I mean, the last one I played was this slightly different vibe style song. What was that called? It was a bit crazier. I've heard all kinds of stuff from her. I mean, there was this one really awesome tune, the punk song, When I Die in a Dustbin. And then from there, her own work, what was that song called? Electric Storm. And on and on and on and on. She can do just about anything. But what a great tune that was too. I liked the flow of it. Was that even flow? Was that more like a rhythmic sort of stabbing forward type of thing? I don't know what I'm talking about. But that was really good anyway. And why would it not have been? The 0 Point Projects. Or as this song is titled on my screen, 0 Point versus Snow. You know what's coming. The song is called Beleaguered. It's been out for a while. I've been meaning to play it. And yes, I know I'm breaking a rule of my own here, but exception proves the rule. This is... never mind. This song is indeed called Beleaguered. Beleaguered by 0 Point Projects and Lord Snow. Yeah, here it comes. You're listening to SLE Music Radio. This is the Chet Vicario Show. On right now. Yeah.
Say
That song was called Beleaguered, featuring the combined talents of the 0 Point Projects and Lord Snow. How wonderful was that? This is my new radio voice. I am going to be speaking in this fashion on every single episode going forward. No, I'm not. And do you know what I'm actually doing here right now? I'm going through my CD collection. I'm moving house. And I've got, well, it's not an extensive collection, but there's hundreds of them, and I'm kind of going through them, seeing what the hell do I want to keep. I mean, why do I have all these Ozzy Osbourne albums? He hasn't made a good one in 20 years, and I don't have any of them, of the last couple, but, you know. Anyway, let's not talk about Ozzy. Let's talk about, well, I should mention, no, I shouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. I've been going through my books as well. I've got a whole bunch of music biographies. And they're all awful. Unless they're unofficial and written by a proper writer like Mick Wall or somebody. I tried reading an official book about Slash. I threw it away. I tried one on Status Quo, which was actually co-authored by Mick Wall. It was awful. I threw it away. Ozzy's book, I Am Ozzy, from like 10 years ago. What a waste of space that is. Tony Iommi's book, Iron Man, that's the worst biography. It's actually the worst book ever written by anyone, and that's including some real horrors. Man. Ooh. Well, anyway, let's talk about that song. Because that was amazing. That was called Beleaguered by those two persons that I mentioned, who have been on the show before and will be in the future. What a great version of that song. Yeah, it was a cover. Shoot me if you like. It's the first and last. But I mean, I wanted to play it because it was so amazing, and it deserves to be heard. But you know, exception proves the rule, and so on and so forth. And, you know, that's how it is. I mean, I get sent the occasional cover version, and I usually just say, no, I'm not going to play it because I want to highlight the original material written by artists. But I think that was just unique, so unique in and of itself that it deserved to be heard. And I know, yeah, you can open a Pandora's box of things when you break your own rules, but never mind. What Broken Love can do. Broken Love is actually probably the official title. This is by a band called Cathedral Birds, or was it a duo? Maybe. But the song is called Broken Love. Anyway, let's have a listen. You're on SLE Music Radio.
There's 20 years in that case, just some old LPs and tapes. I probably couldn't give them away, even if I wanted to. Blue no vinyl jazz, Motown, soul and stacks. You don't want them back. That's what broken love can do. What broken love can do can't be fixed with glue. It keeps surprising you. What broken love can do. Smoke another cigarette, put a wreath around the decks. Every woman needs respect. We beat you black and blue. In my mother's house, the music can't be loud. It's gonna help drown out what broken love can do. What broken love can do can't can't be fixed with glue. It keeps surprising you what broken love can do. Whiskey goes with everything. Every deep soul song you sing. I'm in my childhood bed again. All the contours of the room reverberate with every sound. 20 years are broken down to a box of records pointing out what broken love can do. What broken love can do can't be fixed with glue. It keeps surprising you what broken love can do. What broken love can do. What broken love can do. What broken love can do.
Whoa, that was a weird energy here. Seeing as I think that song had like a little mention there about tapes and LPs and you can give them away. And here I am sorting out my memories, kind of, sort of, going through all these CDs and wondering why I have them. I have some real horrors. Do you remember the band Silverchair? This Australian wannabe grunge, I have an album of theirs, and I honestly don't know why. Actually, I have two of them, but the other one is a tape. Oh, my tapes. I've got hundreds of them. I don't know. Anyway, that was Cathedral Birds. Rather a sorrowful song about regret, I would imagine, or things of that nature. Wonderfully sung, wonderfully written. The backstory there, well, I'm not sure if it's specifically about that song, but this particular band was making they made their public debut last year just as COVID hit, and I doubt that another band has been hit quite as hard by COVID as this particular one. But I'm not going to go into the details here. But it's great that they're here now. It's great that they're making music, and I'm looking forward to hearing more from Cathedral Birds in the future. That was Broken Love from them, or what Broken Love can do. But I think the official title is Broken Love. Gin and Tronic, he put out a 10-minute single a while back, this sort of ambient, intriguing masterpiece. Heard it on Spotify, and I figured I want to play that on the show. And here it is. This is called Concrete Jupiter from my good friend Gin and Tronic. Hello there in the UK. Hope you're doing okay. And indeed, hello to everybody else who's listening, whether you're a new listener or somebody who's been following maybe this show for, a while. It's been going now for, mein Gott, 11 months already. Yeah, it's been almost a year. Interesting. I don't know. Somehow I feel like I've come a long way, but most days I think this is just the same old stuff for every week. But at least the songs are different every time. So the banter is always the same. Is always the same. Oh, okay, never mind. Concrete Jupiter from Gin and Tronic, coming your way right now on SLE Music Radio.
until we get both of you on the camera from the place. I'd actually like to get both of you on field of view of the camera. Dino and Bud.
Gin and Tronic with a magnificent, it's still continuing. Sorry, magnificent piece of music there called Concrete Jupiter. Would not have sounded out of place on even like a Pink Floyd record or something. I really liked it. The long intro was magnificent in its own right, but when the beat comes in with that kick, because if there's one thing that Martin, the Gin and Tronic is amazing at, is getting that kick to sound awesome. The low frequencies. I don't think I've heard better, more well-defined sort of, bottom end on a song. Anywhere else except on Gin and Tronic's tracks. Interesting song too. You kind of go to a bit of a state when you listen to that. What are you even going to say about that monstrosity? But 10 minutes or something. What I didn't check, but it's a longer piece. But it didn't feel that long, really. It just came over and did its thing, and then went away in a really pleasant way. Very dynamic too. That's something in this day and age of like having looked at hundreds of these waveforms, and usually on the screen they're brick walled, and that's how it is when you master a song. But this one is super dynamic. Even looking at it, you know that you're not missing out on any information because it's loud as hell. Amazing work from Gin and Tronic. Thank you, mate. Always a pleasure to play your music. Do keep sending me more stuff if you feel like you're not entirely being treated badly on this show. It's certainly never my intention to be insulting or anything, but I do get sidetracked and talk about myself too much. Neon Lights, Trip Checker is back on the show with a collaboration with another artist called Emily Zuzik. Well, this is a pretty cool song. Let's listen to it. Neon Lights. Trip Checker and I forgot the name. Emily Zuzik, a song called Neon Lights. That was catchy, mellow. I think it sort of smelled of hit single. But Trip Checker's output recently has kind of hinted at that, good stuff radio ready, and should be a hit, but then in this day and age, having listened to brief snatches of songs by hit singles from last year, a couple of weeks back, I was left wondering what is going on here. But then I am middle-aged. I am totally out of touch with what the kids are doing and what they like and what they enjoy, so do not ask me. And indeed, you don't, which is as it should be. That was a great song, and deserves to be heard far and wide by everybody. Another new artist on the show. I've been playing... has this been one of those ones where I'm just playing stuff by people I know? Kind of, sort of, yeah. Not too many new ones. But, yeah, this is Tyler Cressman. A song called Fix Me. This is interesting. I'm just going to leave it at that as a description. This goes from one place to the next and then may return, or maybe not. Tyler Cressman. Yeah, Fix Me is the name of the song. You're listening to SLE Music Radio on Tuesday, April 13th on 2021. Yeah.
You're here for automatic attention.
Chrisman, Fix Me. That was like listening to like I don't know, 4 or 5 different songs. That was interesting. It went from, like I said, one mood to the next. I liked a lot of what was going on there. There's an old Alice Cooper song from the 70s. It's from Killer. It's called Halo of Flies. One of my favorite songs of his. This was kind of reminiscent in construction of that song, going from one mood to the next, and then just not really worrying about where we're gonna end up here. I like the surprise ending, like, oh, that was the song, and then the guitar solo comes in. That was cool. Tyler Cressman, well, intriguing artist, really interesting music there. Oh, I liked it a lot. It made me smile, and yeah, that's always a good thing. I may come across as like I'm sort of hurrying this show along, and that's true. And that usually means I've been talking too much during the first half of the show. But there's still some music to be played. 3 songs left. Buell, I think is the name of this next artist. I was sent a cover version only the other week by this artist, but because I'm such an awful person, I said I'm not going to play that. But I was also sent an original song called A Lemon Smile, which I really liked. So I'm going to play that instead. This is a single from last year. The cover version is of quite a famous Nirvana song, so you can find that wherever music is played. But yeah, this one is an original piece. It is indeed called Lemon Smile, and it is by an artist called Buell, spelled Buel. This is good stuff.
You have a good taste that fits me today. Everyone's got a lemon smile. Your mouth is like a straight line. Your negative vibe makes me feel like you don't need anyone. Tell me what you hate and judge me to like. Make me hate myself, try to change me. Don't give me a lemon smile. I know I'm worthy of your time. Tell me what you hate and judge me to like. Make me hate myself, try to change me. Don't give me a lemon smile. I know I'm worthy of your time. Briefly raised your brows. You've been here before. If they're too nice, you can tell. They masturbate all day, getting lost in the words that sound the same, hoping someone will care in what they have to say. Your negative vibe makes me feel like you don't need anyone. Tell me what you hate and judge me to like. Make me hate myself, try to change me. Don't give me a lemon smile. I know I'm worthy
A Lemon Smile. That was a great song, wasn't it? Well constructed and primed for the big time. I don't know how well that song has done. It's a release from, I think, last year or whatever, but it's a cool song from an era when an artist might actually have like a credible actual song behind them, you know, like a mainstream artist like Pink or somebody. Not a like major fan of that style from the early 2000s or whatever, but that was a cool song. It had a different, slightly more sort of risque approach to the lyrics too, which I really liked. It wasn't just, you know, lovey-dovey stuff, you know, a bit more acidic, as the title might even suggest. It's nearing the end of the show. I'm gonna slam you with some Void Stare now. His new album came out a while back. It's called Dream Decay. It is nothing short of amazing, just as his first one was. And I'm gonna play the song. It wasn't musically probably not the most obvious choice, but I mean the title is just. I picked this song because I want to pronounce the title so wrong you're gonna cringe. It's the first song of the record. I have no idea how this is supposed to be pronounced, but because Swedish is my second language, I would pronounce it Boetes Void, and I'm sure that's how Void Stare meant it to be pronounced. It's probably something like Boots Void, but the way it's spelled, the Boetes Void, and that's how you shall always, from henceforth and going on and on and on, refer to this song from Void Stare's the latest amazing record, Dream Decay. Boetes Void, coming your way right now on SLE Music Radio. the first song off of his new record, Dream Decay. No more fun and games with the name. And as I said, to my ears at least, that's not the most immediate song, but now you know what a sonic sculptor Void Stare is. He creates atmospheres and just this sort of forbidding, whatever kind of atmosphere where you really don't know what's going to happen next. It's amazing, it's awe-inspiring, it's almost scary, which is fitting considering his other gig in Spire is in the realms of atmospheric, monolithic black metal, and it's always a treat to hear music from Void Stare. And I strongly, heartily recommend everybody go and check out this record because it is killer. He's making big waves, I think, in the synth wave, whatever his like is that like dark, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's good music, and you know, worth everybody's time. One more song. I'm gonna play one of my own, as I tend to do on this show. This is from mid-March. Is it? Maybe. Yeah. There's a backstory to this song. I wrote it in 2020. In, I don't know, like June, Midsummer. Midsummer Murders. Never watched that show. This song is about Midsummer Murders. No, it isn't. It's not about anything. I wrote it. There's a Black Distortion song, an EP called Mind, which I wrote also in the summer of 2020, and indeed released it in June. And this was supposed to be a song that was going to be on an album with a similar sort of style. It was going to be a Black Distortion tune, but I didn't really finish it because it was so dense. It was kind of difficult to find space for vocals on it, as you can hear. When you listen to it, it was packed with stuff. There's all kinds of noises and things going on. It's a bit all over the place, even by my standards. But and then I forgot about it. And then in the fall of 2020, in like October, early October, I thought, well, I'm going to work on it. So I came up with a vocal, and then it was like, oh, what the hell am I going to do with it now? And then later in 2020, it was like, is this going to be like a dark metal flow song? And it turned out that it wasn't going to happen. And then one day, about a month ago, I woke up thinking I need to get rid of this song. I just need to get rid of it because it's bugging me. It's bothering me. It's in my subconscious. And so I thought, screw it. I'm just going to mix it and throw it out. Turns out I needed to do a little bit more. I had to rearrange it and do a little bit of re-recording. But like, this is 90% stuff I did last year. And then just so that I wouldn't have to release a single song I wrote, I finished another one that I'd started last year, which is called Past, Present, Future, which was like the lead song of that particular single, EP, whatever you want to call it. 2 songs available on Bandcamp and nowhere else. I was pretty happy with them. And this song is called Hello Tomorrow. It's a longer piece. It goes on a bit, so feel free to tune out right the hell now because, you know, it's 6.5 minutes of self-indulgence. From Jeff Vicario. I'm not doing Black Distortion anymore. I'm just going to be releasing as myself whatever it is that I release, just to sort of make it easier for me. Screw the listeners. It's all about me. No, seriously, it's just to make life simpler. Anyway, thanks for listening, for sticking around. It's been a weird show, but at least it's done. I'll be back in late April, on the cusp of spring over here. Maybe even summer-ish, but probably not. Could be snowing. You never know. Have a good rest of the day, evening, whenever you're listening to this. And always stay tuned to SLE Music Radio for some good music. Bye now.